Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to adjust this pattern to fit Monster High dolls, but all these techniques can work for any other doll. Let's get started. First, we're going to take some measurements on our dolls. This is the pattern that we are going to be working with. We're going to take measurements from above the bust, waist, hips, and waist to hip. The first measurement we are going to take is from above the bust to the waist. The second one is from the waist to the hip. Now we're going to take the bust measurement. Now the waist, and last but not least, the hips. We are all set with all the measurements that we need. Now, let's do the math. For above the bust to waist, the difference is 1/8 of an inch. For waist to hip, the difference is 0. For the bust, the difference is 7/8 of an inch. Divided by 2 is 7/16 of an inch. For the waist, we have the same measurements as the bust. For the hip, the difference is 3/4 of an inch. Divided by 2, it equals to 3/8 of an inch. As a recap, above the bust 1/8 of an inch, waist to hip 0, bust 7/16 of an inch minus 1/16 equals 3/8 of an inch, the waist the same as the bust, and hip 3/8 of an inch. The reason I took 1/16 of an inch from the bust and waist is because I don't like to have uneven measurements when I'm adjusting a pattern so I don't get confused. On a piece of paper, trace half of the pattern. I'm just gonna draw with my ruler the straight lines and the curves. Now we are going to take off the 1/8 of an inch at the top and blend it with the curved line. We don't need to adjust anything from waist to hip. Now draw a vertical line at midpoint on the pattern. Draw another vertical line next to the first one that measures 3/8 of an inch. cut the first line from the bottom. Now overlap the 3/8 of an inch, aligning at the bottom. You can use tape or glue to keep it in place. Draw the top line using the pattern as a guide, or you can just do it however you want. Draw the seam allowances. Here you will add 1/4 of an inch. And here 1/8 of an inch. This is the waistline, from the waistline, 1/8 of an inch. And we are done with the adjustments of the dress. And now we're gonna do the bow. We need to make the bow in proportion with the doll's face. I always try different sizes to see what works fine with their faces. And for me, 1.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches works fine. And we are all done. I have so much fun making these patterns. Thank you so much for watching.